makes me clap my hands, makes me wanna dance and stomp. Oh yeah. My brother, can't you see? I've got the victory and stomp. Are we stumping the devil or who are we stumping? I actually never really, Melodies from heaven rain down on me, rain down on me. Say melodies, melodies from heaven. Oh yeah, rain down on me, rain down on me. Fill me with the precious Holy Ghost. Rain down on me, rain down on me. You're welcome. I by no means want to cause any division between us, but I really want to know your thoughts. I mean, what's better, stomp or melodies from heaven? Hey y'all, it's your girl Shannon Ray. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a brand new week. We have a brand new topic and I can't wait to dive in. For those of you that are new here, as you can see, we really ponder the really tough questions in life. We gather together as friends and we discuss everything from life to relationships and all the things that we learn along the journey. So I am so glad that you're here. And if you like what you see or what you hear, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and go ahead and ring the bell too. I think that turns your notifications on. You don't want to miss a Monday. So if you've been with me over the past few weeks, I've talked a lot about experiencing this brand new season of my life and how entering into this season allowed me to do a lot of stripping. Wait. This new season also ushered me into a moment of silence. And I think the pandemic has a lot to do with that. And I think that I'm not the only person who's had that experience. It feels like to me, 2020, in the midst of all the chaos that a lot of us were facing, there were some blessings too that came of it. And by no means do I want to brush off or minimize the experience of others. But as I'm speaking about myself and about my journey, 2020 allowed me to be still. I used to think that by nature, I was a people person. I really enjoy being around people. I don't mind being a part of a crowd. I don't mind having one-on-one conversations with folks. None of that bothers me. I do need moments to kind of pour back into myself, fill my tank back up, but I do kind of get energy from exchange. What I learned is that maybe instead of being a people person, I'm a my people person. And there is a difference. When you're someone who I consider my people, part of my tribe, I'm gonna check in on you. If I haven't heard from you in a little while, I'm gonna come and see about you. I enjoy visits. I enjoy updates. I like to know what's going on with you. I like to make sure you're good. I wanted to make sure that you feel supported. I wanna make sure you feel loved. I receive love through affirmation. That's one of the things that means a lot to me. That's one of my love languages. And that's also one of the ways that I show love. I affirm it. I say what I mean. Another way is quality time. I ask you on a walk or I ask you to have coffee with me or lunch with me. Those things are my ways of showing you how I feel about you, how I care about you. Something different happened to me in 2020. It was like, I still care. I still want the walks. I still want the check-ins, but I needed to take a step back from all of that. And it wasn't expected. It wasn't planned. It's just, I needed to fill myself up in a way that I hadn't done in maybe a couple of years. We preach self-love so much, but sometimes we really need to check in on what self-love looks like. It's taking inventory and stock of yourself, even if you don't like what you're seeing. What I was noticing was that I was getting these moments of confidence, of feeling very strong and feeling very accomplished because I was checking things off of my list. Got engaged, got my master's degree, all of these things that are just these wonderful moments in life. But when the next one isn't immediately coming to you, do you run out of steam for moving forward with yourself? Do you run out of feelings of happiness. When did accomplishment or recognition get tied to your feelings of joy or happiness? That was something I really had to check myself on, because I don't know exactly when that happened, but what I was sure of was that that was not a pattern I wanted to continue. Being joyful and also having something happen, those two things need to be mutually exclusive. It's okay if something adds to your joy, but I'm in charge of that 24/7. So I can't look to outside things to put me into places of contentment or fulfillment. That is my job. That is up to me. And so I really wanted to take a step back and figure out where I was going wrong with that and how to get myself back to places of joy, because honestly, life was good, but I was just going through a place where prioritization was really playing a major part in the way I was seeing not only myself, my marriage, my relationships, my careers, my career choices, all of that. And so I really wanted to be sure that as I was moving forward, I was looking for fulfillment, not accomplishment. That meant I needed to pull back. I needed to sit in my stillness, and I needed to make some adjustments to how I was navigating in my life. And I am so grateful that I did that. Joy is something that I will continue to chase every day, not based on accomplishment or recognition, not even based on connection and relationships that I have, because sometimes those things have their ups and downs. You need to have joy because you possess it within yourself, and worry more about what's going on inside rather than what's happening around you. I had lost focus somehow. So what that meant was a little less checking in on others, a little less time spent putting my energy into accomplishment, into growing in my career. And it wasn't that I wasn't doing a good job or that I didn't care about those things anymore, but I really wanted to work on myself and some of the things that I prioritized above all else. And sometimes that pullback is just natural, and it really has nothing to do with anyone else. You kind of need to take that time to heal or to process or to enjoy or to grieve whatever it is that you're going through, whatever your season looks like, because who knows where I'm meeting you at today on this video. You need time to process, to experience. You need time. That's it. And I was still so excited about it all. I was so joyful that I did have these great moments, but I can't deny that I was living in this place where, even though I was having these incredible highs of joy, they were really revealing of some insecurities I didn't even know I had. So I wanted to attack those because I didn't want to get to a place where these insecurities kept getting fed and I kept listening to that doubt and that noise, that it started to really just I started to put myself on a path of destruction of something that I'd been working for and wanting to have for so long. Sometimes when value is added, so is risk. So I was in this new dance of having to allow myself to enjoy one while also acknowledging the other. The stillness gave me a chance to see that, and I really couldn't speak about it while I was in it because I had never experienced it before. I made a decision that I was not going to let insecurities, fears, maybe even guilt over being in a good season while the world felt like it was going through hell, to allow me to start speaking against things that I actually prayed for. It was all coming at one time, this social unrest, this constant worry about being a Black person in America, this constant worry about being married to a Black person in America, this invisible monster in the form of a virus, a very rocky presidency, a new job, a new season. All of that was coming at one time. And again, very, very grateful for it. But I needed to retreat a little bit so that I could come back with clarity. I could come back with focus. I can come back with confidence. And I could come back knowing that it was okay for me to feel those things and still be grateful. It was okay for me to have moments where I wasn't sure, but still very much so want to be in the place that I was in. It was okay to have worry every now and again because my faith would trump that. And I really, really think that taking a time to sit in stillness allows you to process all of that. It allows you to go through that experience. It allows you to carry on through that experience even before it's over. Feel me? Ooh, puberty? Rain down on me. So you don't really have a dance move with stomp except for a little stomp. Could you hear that stomp? Stomp was weak. So the many lessons I've learned, not only in 2020, but in my short lifetime, is that peace is non-negotiable. I got so protective of my peace. I wanted my mind to be a place of peace. I wanted my heart to be a place of peace. I wanted my home to be a place of peace. And I put that before everything, and I have no regrets. I went to war with every single doubt that would come up in my mind. I went to war against everything that was trying to come up against the place of joy that I was working so hard to protect. Because y'all, we all have those moments. We all have moments where we are flawed, or we make mistakes, or we feel like maybe we don't necessarily deserve this great, amazing thing that's happened to us. Or maybe we look back and we're like, what's gonna happen next? Have we run out of miracle moments? That is not the way we are meant to live. Y'all, I was putting so much pressure on myself for no good reason. Our blessings have our actual names on them. Who are we to disqualify ourselves? Kylie Jenner is a billionaire, or is it Kendall? Kylie. Kendall. Kylie. Kanye ran for president. He lost, but was he a write-in? No, he ran for real. I digress. My point is, when you sit in stillness, you have the chance to really address the things that are causing you to feel less than. And you also get to make changes to things that you want to improve or get rid of, and stillness helps you to do that. Once in the silence and I had the chance to look at and address all these different things, I began to really, really pray. I began to give back the things that I had taken control over, that I never really had control over, and give them back to those who it belongs to. I gave it back to God. And then I was able to do something that I don't think I've ever really done, not fully intentionally. This one's a big one, y'all. I surrendered to God's vision for my life, and I found a peace that I never knew existed. No, it did not wipe away every single insecurity I've ever had. It did not wipe away every single fear I've ever had. It changed the way I decided to feel about it when I would go to sleep at night. I can feel faith expanding. I know that there are going to still be things that try to come up against that, but I speak it now that it will not win. And I know that that's true because of the surrender I have to the will of God. God has got me. He doesn't play about me, and he doesn't play about you. I delight in where I am. I delight in who I am and who I'm around. I've made some cognitive choices, some spiritual choices about what I do in my day-to-day and who I interact with. And I feel such a sense of freedom. That doesn't mean that sometimes I don't want to take the pen back and do a little writing of the story myself, but I understand that that is just not my place. And so my constant prayer now is to continue to listen, to hear, to see, and apply. Y'all, I was so nervous to get on this platform and talk about God in this way, because this is the way I talk about God all the time with my friends and with my family, but I don't know that I've ever really put it out there quite like this. But I am so sure of these words as I'm saying them to you that I had to do this. I got butterflies in my stomach right now, but 2020 brought us to our knees, and God expected us to pray while we were there. He wants our surrender. He wants our focus. He wants our ear. He has something to say to us. 1 hour, 1 day, 1 year. Give God your undivided attention for a moment. And I promise you, he's got something to say to you too. And I guess it's that vulnerability thing that makes me have these butterflies, but I am so sure of the words that I'm hearing from him. I am so sure of his desire to get closer to you. And this isn't me asking you to go to the altar or lay down on the cross. I'm just telling you what I know based on what I've experienced. I laugh, I joke, I throw a little shade, and that's me. But at the core of me, the heart of me, is my love for God. And there was no way that I could not show that to you, especially on my own channel. So I really just welcome love. I welcome the experience. I welcome an exchange. I would love to hear about what you heard from God in 2020, what you're hearing in 2021. And I really just praise him for the opportunity to chit and chat with y'all. So I hope you have a great day and be good to you. Bye, y'all. See, this is actually tough because Melodies from Heaven has that part. Down on me, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.